Good morning, sixth graders. So what we are going to be talking about today, we're going to be continuing talking about shapes, but we're more going to focus solely on triangles and how to find the area of triangles. Now, yesterday, we were talking about how to find the area of a parallelogram. And what we determined for the area of a parallelogram is area equals base times height. Area equals base times height. So knowing that this is a parallelogram, remember a parallelogram just has opposite sides parallel. And we said area equals base times height for the area of a parallelogram. The base being that bottom dimension and the height being how tall it is from top to bottom in a straight line. So think about this. It says the diagonal of a parallelogram, if we were to split it like this, divides it into two identical triangles. So if this whole entire parallelogram is the area's base times height, what would it be to find half of that area? Well, it would be half times base times height. And that is how you find the area of a triangle. And that means you're multiplying half times base times height, because one triangle is half of a parallelogram. So it would make sense that the area would also be half. Now, instead of thinking of it like a fraction, you can also say it's the same thing as base times height divided by 2, because multiplying by a half is the same thing as dividing by 2. They are reciprocals. So what I like to use this formula, base times height divided by 2, just because it's easier for me to understand and to solve for area. All right, and again, the base of a triangle is that bottom length, bottom dimension, and the height is from the bottom straight up to the tippy top of that triangle, how tall it is. So let's do some examples. So this triangle, I'm outlining it right now, okay? Area is base times height divided by 2, or base times height times half, okay? What is the base of this triangle? The base is 6 meters. Now the height is not that diagonal, okay? The height, remember, just like a parallelogram, has to be straight up and down. So they have this imaginary line there that's saying that from the bottom of the triangle all the way to the tip, it is what? It is 5 meters. So we solve the base times height first. 6 times 5 is 30, and then we divide by 2. So it would be 15 meters, and again, it's area, so meters squared. If you want to do this in your notes like that, or if you want to write square meters, whatever works, but you need that unit. The next one, this is a right angle, so they don't have to draw us any imaginary lines over here. We know the height just by looking at it, straight up and down. What is the height of this next triangle? The height is 2. And then what is the base of this triangle? The base is 4. So again, guys, if we were finding the area of a parallelogram, we would just do base times height. But the area of one triangle is half the area of a parallelogram that has the same base and height. So we need to divide it by 2. So 4 times 2 is 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. And then we need a unit, feet squared, or square feet. So what you guys are going to do is you are going to find the area of these 3 triangles on the next slide. And keep in mind, for like, let's say this triangle and this triangle, they give you 3 dimensions, but you only need 2. So think about what is the base and what is the actual height. Remember, because there's a lot of extra information for those 2 triangles that you do not need. All right, so find the area of those. Make sure again that you have units for all of your answers in these boxes. All right, and if you have any questions, please let me know. Have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.